Here's your Forbes Daily Briefing for Thursday, February 1st. Today on Forbes, Eric Schmidt's secret military project revealed: attack drones. Today we have a follow-up to a story we brought you last month. Billionaire technologist Eric Schmidt, the former CEO of Google, has been quietly building a new drone startup in the US and Ukraine within a nesting doll of LLCs that have helped to conceal its operations and team members. Forbes first reported the project's existence in January and has since learned that it is called white stork, a reference to the national bird and sacred totem of Ukraine, where Schmidt has assumed the role of defense tech advisor and financier. White stork was formally established last August, according to business and corporation records and two sources with knowledge of the startup. The company has been developing a mass-producible drone that uses artificial intelligence for visual targeting and can function in zero-comms environments created by GPS jamming. Though it hasn't emerged from stealth, white stork has become an open secret in the drone community. 6 people familiar with its activities told Forbes. In Ukraine, Schmidt has toured factories and testing ranges and has reached out to numerous other startups in his capacity as a prolific military tech investor, 3 of these individuals said. Delaware business filings show that White Stork previously operated as an LLC called Swift Beat Holdings, but amended its name to White Stork Group LLC last September. A holding company for Swift Beat called Volya Robotics OU, that's a U with an umlaut, identifies the former Google CEO as its sole beneficial owner. Meanwhile, business filings show Volya Robotics was incorporated in Estonia last December and lists the legal director at Schmidt's family office, Hillspire, as a board member. Estonia is a popular incorporation vehicle for Ukrainian companies. Forbes is reporting the names connected to Schmidt's drone venture here for the first time. Schmidt could not be reached for comment through a spokesperson. In January, SwiftBeat registered the website aurelianindustries.us, according to internet domain data. The email address affiliated with the site is support@whitestork.com. It lists the phone number of a Hillspire IT manager as its contact information, and the street address provided for SwiftBeat matches that of the Schmidt Family Foundation, a private grant-making organization run by Eric and Wendy Schmidt. Forbes was unable to determine the nature of Aurelian Industries, which shares its name with a Delaware LLC incorporated in January, but it appears to be affiliated with the drone project. None of these entities have publicly launched. The website for Aurelian Industries remains unpopulated, for example, and the name White Stork is currently used by a seemingly unrelated U.S. charity that delivers first aid to Ukrainian fighters. Since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022, Schmidt has been a vocal proponent of drones as a means of combating Kremlin forces, which far outnumber Ukraine's own. In a Wall Street Journal op-ed last July, he wrote, quote, "Perhaps the most important is the kamikaze drone." Also known as so-called suicide drones, these cheap aircraft can loiter on the battlefield before being dispatched to disable or destroy their targets. Schmidt added, quote, "In the hands of a skilled operator with several months of training, these drones fly so fast they are nearly impossible to shoot down." Schmidt underscored this argument again in an op-ed for Foreign Affairs last month, declaring that, quote, "Russia's superior electronic warfare capabilities allow it to jam and spoof the signals between Ukrainian drones and their pilots. If Ukraine is to neutralize Russian drones, its forces will need the same capabilities." He added that so far, against such tactics, most weaponry supplied by Western allies has, quote, "fared poorly." What Schmidt didn't disclose in these op-eds were his own efforts to address this need with White Stork. For full coverage, check out Sarah Emerson and Richard Nieva's piece on Forbes.com. This is Kieran Meadows from Forbes. Thanks for tuning in.